In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Mustafar Lava Miner for the 30th anniversary line. Similar to the Mustafar Sentry that we took a look at previously. This guy is kind of a blink and you miss character, although I would say he's slightly more prevalent than the Sentry is, and probably is more eye-catching for most people. We do see him in the opening scenes for Mustafar when we're seeing what's happening on the surface there, and of course in the lava river. And then during the sequence between Vader and Obi-Wan here, we see them at various points, mainly when they're back on the lava river there. So I would argue that this is probably the sturdiest action figure that Hasbro's ever made. At least in my collection, I would argue that is. You can tell by the clamp that he has in his hand here that's holding this bucket of lava. You would think that that accessory alone would keep him from standing up on his own. But this guy is very durable. I've never had any problems with him standing at all. And I've had him on some very shaky ground and some positions that I would think he would fall over quite frequently. Never has. And just the way he's built, the plastic is very durable as well. I'm very impressed with the engineering in this action figure. In fact, of all the action figures in my collection, I'm probably most impressed with the engineering on this one above all else. It's a fantastic action figure, another one of those characters that you wouldn't think Hasbro would ever get around to, but they did, and I'm glad they did. This action figure, though, unfortunately I did not get back in the 30th anniversary days. I do recall seeing him at retail at the time, but I really wasn't that interested in this character at the time. It's one of those ones that you appreciate more as you get older. And I ended up getting this alongside the Yoda and Kybuk, and then the Bomb Vinden action figure. All three of those I got together in a lot on eBay back around 2019, I think it was, and I only paid about $20 for that complete lot. And even if you find this guy by himself on sites like eBay or at comic book store or anything of that sorts, he's not very expensive at all. You can find him for a decent price. But let's just go ahead and take a closer look at him. So you can tell he's got a pretty robust respirator on him. And he has this helmet on. I'm not exactly sure what he would look like under the helmet, but that'd be something interesting to look at for EU lore. See, he has a slightly pointed head at the top here. His uniform here is painted very similar to like the Sentry, where it has this bronze color and then a little bit of a blue jumpsuit underneath. Well, this one's more gray, but colors do blend in well together. But this one does have quite a bit of weathering on him, as you can see on his boots. Of course, he's probably been out in the lava for a while, so that's to be expected. Even on the loincloth here, there's some. Probably molten rock and things like that. And you can tell by the way his tooling is that he's meant to consistently be in this pose, and that's all right. But very nice details all around. I really like how Hasbro did this. You see his gauntlets there, it looks really nice. Some nice details. He has the belt with all these pouches. This extra covering on his chest here, and then looks like some straps here, some shoulder armor, or kind of looks like a pocket there almost. Interesting thing about the respirator is it's not attached to his body at all, so you can freely move it around, and I appreciate that. Pretty large knee pads on him. But yeah, just the engineering that went into this guy is very impressive. Hasbro really thought a lot about this guy at the time. In terms of articulation, he actually has quite a bit. So his head's on a ball joint there. He has hinged shoulders and hinged elbows. Well, the elbows only go about 45 degrees, but that's all he really needs anyway. And it's good enough where, as you can see at the beginning of the video, he can hold his tool there. He does have, don't think he has swivel forearms, or this one's a swivel forearm, but this one, it doesn't seem like it unless it's just stuck, which is possible. Yep, and you know what? It's a little tight, but he does have a little bit of a swivel forearm there. Just haven't moved it too much. He does have a swivel waist, and then swivel hips, then hinged knees, and hinged ankles. So for being one of the first 30th anniversary action figures, he has some pretty good articulation. Whoops. Didn't mean to knock over Vader into the lava there. I guess he's going to look like this now. But we'll go ahead and put him back on. There we go. But in terms of accessories for this guy, of course, he has his tool clamp here. It's meant to pick up this bucket full of lava. You can see that there. Very nice accessory. And as I said at the beginning of the video, it seems like this is an accessory that he would have a hard time holding on to, and he would fall over because of it a lot of times. Not the case at all. And you can take the bucket out of it. It just pins in on the side there, as you can see. And it is covered in molten lava. You can see how it would actually look, or how the bucket would look. That's pretty nice. And it does fit in pretty securely there. I'm not too sure if it's meant to go in a specific way or not. I don't think it really matters. Stays in place pretty good. Never had any problems. And of course, because of that extra articulation, he holds it very well in each hand. And yeah, look at that. No problems with getting him to stand at all. But the last thing he came with was this number 3 coin there. As you can see, it says Lava Miner, Separatists. I'm not really sure if the Mustafarians are allied with the Separatists or not. I would assume that they're neutral. It's labeled as such, and then 30th, number 3, and then on the back it would say Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. But I think that's pretty much all I can tell you about this guy. I am going to show off one thing here real quick. Take these guys off the platform again. But since we do see these guys on the platform in the movie, kind of want to show what they look like. But it just goes to show you that the platform is a little too small. Now, I have seen some customs online of people making a lava platform for like the Black Series action figures, for example. But I think that might be a little bit more in scale for the 3 3/4 inch ones, actually. And let's go ahead and, just for fun, we'll put this guy on top, see if he can fit. Might not. Yeah, he kind of fits there. They look very good together. But would I recommend the Lava Miner for your collection? I definitely would. It's, again, similar to the Sentry. It's another hidden gem of action figures that you would never think Hasbro would make, but they did. We'll probably never see either of these two characters ever again. But you never know. Sometimes Hasbro throws some surprises out there. Wouldn't mind having a few more in my collection. It's a very durable action figure. If you're concerned about them falling over, I have no concern about that at all. It's pretty much a perfect action figure for what he is. And I'm glad he's a part of my collection. I just have nothing but great things to say about him. He'll go great in a Mustafar display if I ever get around to making one. As I mentioned in the Sentry video, I used to own the Volcano playset from the Revenge of the Sith line. But I don't have that anymore, but I do hope to track that down again at some point. And this guy will definitely be a part of that display if I get around to it again. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. And check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.